This video was brought to you by manco.trade. This site allows you to instantly trade off your unwanted TF2 items for other various TF2 items. Any money that will be left over in one of your trades that you overpaid by gets added to your wallet, which you can then use in future trades. They also hold pretty regular giveaways, so the link to manco.trade will be down below.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be talking about the next Team Fortress 2 update. Now what I mean by this is I put out this tweet essentially asking what you guys want to see in the next Team Fortress update, and I mean the tweet's been out for just over an hour and there's already 90 different replies, so it sounds like there's a lot of things you guys want me to cover. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about just a few things that I feel like Valve could add to the game in the next update, whenever that is. Now, going off of track record of previous updates, I think that the next Team Fortress 2 update we receive is probably going to be the summer update, which is way over in July. However, that's not necessarily the case because in 2018 we had an update in March as well, which added some cosmetics. So I mean, you know, let's hope we could get something earlier, but I'm not really hanging out too much. Just before we do get into the video, guys, if you are new to the channel and you aren't already subscribed, I'm super close to 100,000 subscribers. And I've got a stat on my dashboard that shows around 60% of my viewers aren't actually subscribed to the channel. So if that is you and you do enjoy the content, then do feel free to subscribe. But yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's get into some of the replies of what you guys want to see added to the next Team Fortress 2 update. One of the most common replies was actually localization files, and I feel like this is an absolute necessity to any Team Fortress update. Does anyone actually know what they do? Probably not. But that's not the point, alright, because we just come to expect it in every single update. It's quite literally not a Team Fortress 2 update if those localization files remain unupdated. But yeah, realistically, I hope we get more content than just the localization files being updated. Another one that a lot of you guys seem to talk about was Man vs Machine or MVM getting more content. And I've spoke about this before in an entirely standalone video, so I won't go too much into it, but I think a massive thing that would be needed for Man vs Machine is a new mission of sorts. So of course we've had the missions that are there already for a good amount of years now, and it's just a bit stale. If you play MVM a lot, you'll know it's just so repetitive doing the same missions over and over again. So if there was potentially some sort of update in which a new mission was added that received new rewards or seasonal rewards such as new Australians or new bot killer weapons, where if you do it during a certain time of year they have like a witch's hat on or a BMOC or something, then that would be a really nice touch to Man vs Machine and just incentivize people to play it more. Obviously Man vs Machine is a huge moneymaker for Valve. You have to pay, I think it's £2.40 to do one tour. So if they were to revitalise the mode and add maybe new maps, new rewards, etc., I feel like there would definitely be money to be made. Up next, I feel like it's inevitable that we're going to be talking about cosmetic cases being added. I mean, I genuinely think it's like a necessity when there's a TF2 update that they add a community cosmetic case, because, I mean, it's some form of content, I suppose, that involves next to no work for them. But for the love of God, if there is more cosmetics, can we stop adding pocket cosmetics? I mean, I feel like there is literally hundreds of pocket cosmetics in the game now, and it's getting to the point where every single case opening I do, they are just cursing my screen. I'm going to be making a workshop video in the near future picking out some cosmetics that I feel like definitely could make it into the game, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just feel like a cosmetic case should probably be added in the next update, if there's nothing else. A really interesting reply I had from Orna said, "I'd like obsolete weapons to get reworked. Don't add new weapons, fix the bad ones instead." Now, I think this is a fantastic point. Now, generally, a lot of people jump to add in new weapons or, like, you know, generally things like that, like make the heavy update, add new weapons. But, like, imagine an entire update dedicated to reworking weapons such as the Bison, etc., where they're literally known for being bad weapons. I've seen so many videos of ideas of balance changes for weapons, etc., and I feel like if there was an entire update dedicated to that, people would love to come back to the game and try out weapons that they normally wouldn't have used because of the stigma around them generally being pretty bad. Like, literally in the reply to the tweet, someone said the third degree, the man melter, the bison, the Natasha, the baby faces, the backscatter. Like, there's so many items out there that people just don't use because the other weapons severely outweigh them. So I definitely think that it wouldn't be too hard of an update for Valve to fix. I mean, just change a few numbers in the weapon stats, I suppose, and like listen to what the community wants for the balance changes for them. It doesn't involve them making new content. This is something that's realistic and a lot of people would like to see. I think a massive thing that we do need to see completely reworked is the Valve anti-cheat system, or alternatively the kicking system. It's pretty obvious and common knowledge at this point that cheaters take up a large portion of Team Fortress 2 casual servers. Sometimes it can take you multiple different searches to actually find a game that's playable, right? So maybe rework Valve anti-cheat, do like a vac wave, as opposed to spending your time making new content. I think people would generally appreciate it more if you make the game playable. Because like, I genuinely mean no exaggeration when I say it deters a lot of people from playing. Like, put yourself in the position where you're sat, you just want to unwind and play some Team Fortress 2. You join one casual game, it's full of cheating snipers spamming the chat with spaces. You join 3 other games and all 3 of them have the same effects. Like, you at that point you would just come off the game and probably not touch it again for a while. It definitely needs to be fixed. A really good idea someone said in the reply was a system that auto detects bots and kicks them instantly, in brackets maybe detects when they clear the chat. That's a really good idea. I'm not sure about the clearing chat kicking system, but if there was some way they can detect a bot in a server and if it gets reported they kick it, like, let me know down in the comments if you perhaps have any ideas relating to that. Quite an interesting response here from Sir Stranger, says an explanation. And I feel like that's something that's been overlooked as well. Like, people were so wrapped up on having the content and having new things added that I would quite literally appreciate a blog post with no content added to the game, just simply explaining why there's been such a lack of content and what they plan to do in the future. Like, communication is so important for game developers to have, so just imagine if Valve put out a blog post, a massive blog post essentially saying, we've been working on other projects, we plan to update this in the game, we plan to do this, we plan to do that. Or like just something where it gives us hope and gives us a reason to not completely give up on the future of Team Fortress. Something that was mentioned a couple times is update the tutorial. Of course, I made this video essentially playing through the tutorial and it just showcased simply how outdated and really weird it is. I mean, there's not even a tutorial for each class in the game. You just sort of shoot a couple wooden cutouts, run through a map, and that's the tutorial done. Maybe add a tutorial for each class in the game, explaining different weapon functions, different movement things, maybe cover the fact rocket jumping exists. Because I mean, things like rocket jumping and other classes that have that extra mobility aren't even covered. So maybe like a really basic course for rocket jumping for those who want to learn that maybe don't want to go on a jump server, or just even explaining the basics of different classes' movement abilities. Furthermore, the soldier one is the only one that actually has 2 stages to the training, the first of which being against cardboard cutouts and then out on the map. The rest of them don't even have that. So I definitely think that if they want to continue bringing new players into the game, updating the tutorial would be a massive touch. I mean, I personally didn't play the tutorial, I learnt the game on my own, but I know a lot of people, when they pick up a new game, would like some sort of tutorial. So having it be up to date would be perfect if you want to carry on bringing in new players. This person summarized something that needs to be changed pretty well. It says competitive rework so I can actually play competitive matches, and banning the infamous cheaters in competitive, because when I actually get to play a competitive game, I don't want to be greeted by an aimbot sniper. In brackets, this happened the last 3 competitive matches I've joined. This is a really good one because it kind of summarizes competitive for not only kind of being broken and having ridiculously long queue times, but also just the ridiculous amount of cheaters in competitive. Now, I'm pretty fortunate because the last time I played competitive in a video, I actually didn't come up against any cheaters. I just had to wait like 10 or so minutes to join. But I feel like a vac wave and competitive will kind of go hand in hand because more people would be inclined to play it because there'd be no cheaters in there, and just overall I feel like it would be great for the game. So I've kind of spoke about a competitive rework before, so I won't go too much into it, that fixing those wait times and adding some sort of vac would be perfect. Here we have one that says strange variants for Jungle Inferno. I really would like to have a strange second banana, not gonna lie. Also, more weapons to apply a Festivizer on. And that kind of go hands in hands with another one that I had. This was from Dude the Ninja, and it says for war paints to become usable on more weapons. Most obviously the classic. Also, I want, even if they don't add more MVM tools / maps or Aussies, I want more bot killers, as the amount of bot killing weapons is even smaller than the amount of Aussies. Now, yeah, I mean, these two things go perfectly together. More variants of items that we already have. I mean, yeah, we barely have any sort of bot killer items, and the war paints can only be applied on a select handful of weapons. So maybe some sort of new Festivizer in the Christmas update, or some new war paints that can only be applied on the weapons that aren't already applicable to, would be great for the game. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, please do remember to leave a like and let me know your thoughts down below. I may even make a follow-up part going off of your comments, so if you have any ideas that you'd like to see featured, let me know in the comments and you may make it into a part 2. Thank you guys very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, remember to subscribe if you aren't already, and peace.
Chasing around my heart, I feel like I can't escape. I thought what we had was a bomb that couldn't break. You left me in the rain, now I'll never be the same. Counting all these checks, but money don't have the pain. I won't stop until everybody knows. Me bangers in my room and sound just like the pros. I just made a bag and blew it on a coat.